Okay, part two. Just trying to sort the lights out a little bit. Anyway, yeah, so I can absolutely see, like, after writing some poetry, listening, it's just next level. I've always had a respect for musicians and music and the lyrics, like, next level respect. I know how magical it is. But since I've been kind of, I guess, tapped in a little bit more, kind of considering myself getting to the point of enlightenment and channeling and really just understanding fucking the metaphors in everything, understanding what the lyrics are meaning, and what these musicians and artists were trying to say. It's just given me a whole new level of respect and understanding for what people like me in the past have, like, dealt with and expressed. And so what I'm really getting at right now is, like, I'm a massive Doors fan. The Doors came into my life when I was like 16, and I immediately, like, I've always said, like, they're my soul band. Like, Jim Morrison is my soulmate. I just feel like what he went through and his experience is like what I feel inside myself going through my life. Just a freaking oddball, no one understanding, but so much inside. And yet he let it out at a young age. So, you know, getting into the whole starseed thing as well, like, drugs, starseeds, creative spirits, like, you can see where I'm going with this. The 70s, the 60s, 50s, 60s. So the first wave, the 27 Club, what happened in the 50s and 60s in music, these freaking geniuses, that what happened in the 60s, like, if you've really looked at it and thought about it, it's fucking mind-blowing how things can just switch and blow the world, just be blown apart there from one generation to the next, just freaking pwah. And, you know, at the same time, acid came out. And I'm going to get to this because acid is like what blew my life apart, not at a young age, but at the age of, like, I don't know, like 38, 40, 38. So it hit me later on in life, but at the perfect time, really, to just open my eyes. I mean, I'm going to, like, chop and change here, but anyway, I believe people like Jim, the Doors, you know, Jimi Hendrix, all those amazing, most amazing musicians in the 60s and 70s that just blew it apart, blew the world. You know, all you have to do is listen to that music and listen to the lyrics, and from the 50s to the 60s, that change, like, anyway, the first wave of people like me, the starseeds, the these creatives that just don't freaking fit in with the norm, but are not fucking idiots, even though society would tell you that we are the losers, the hopeless case, the people that just want to go party, or, you know, can't hold a job down, all these types of things. That is absolutely, that's absolutely true, by the way, but that's because what we have is what these people like Jimi Hendrix and Jim Morrison and Amy Winehouse, more current, there is something in these creatives like myself that do not bow down to the fear, to society's norms, that we push the boundaries. And we fucking struggle along the way because we just don't fit in. So, you know, there's a lot of different thoughts going on in my head. A big one is that I'm going to get emotional because from a starseed perspective of like the third wave coming in, I think I'm guessing I'm like the third wave, second wave maybe, but this first, I mean, I don't know how many waves, like you can go back thousands of years and there's still waves, right? But today people talk about like the third wave, second wave, first wave. Like, you can talk about Jesus as one of the waves. You can go back further as like, you know, Ptah, Ma'at as being another wave. Like, how many thousands of years do you want to go back? But anyway, I'm getting lost in it. But anyway, I've kind of considered, if you just talk about the recent generations, massive shifts in society, say from the 60s, the 80s, and now, yeah, so I wanted to, it's still really hard. And so I look back on these artists from like, you know, the 60s who freaking pushed some boundaries, like what they must have went through. I don't know if they had it a little bit easier than we have it today, or it was just really bad. Like, I mean, you look back on it and you're like, 60s, God, make love, not war, was just all over the place. So surely it was that much easier to just come out of the closet and be that person. But at the same time, you could have just been arrested and put in prison and, you know, forgotten about. Gandhi and I don't know how many freaking people have just been imprisoned for speaking their mind. You know, all of them that have like stood up and said, you know, and then, you know, there was the whole hippie movement, but and I guess that was just slowly squashed with the laws that we couldn't quite get through. But the music held. You can't get rid of the music. If the music's out there, it's out there. If the art's out there, it's out there. And this is the thing. You might destroy the person. You might ruin them. You might send them to drink. You might send them to die by the age of 27 from just wanting to tap out. But the the enormous amount of art that they created in that short freaking 5 year in some cases. Like the majority of the Doors music, massive amount was made within like a 5 year period. And they were in their 20s. You just got to think about that level of artistry over a 5 year period, because they wanted to make a change, they wanted to express themselves. And nothing was going to stop them. They were fighting the system. Anyway, getting carried away. There's so much inside me that and I get so emotional about it, because what they've left for us is like, it's next level. Like, they paved the way. And I think more of us today, more artists, more creatives, need to take inspiration from these pioneers of enlightenment. And yes, I believe that so many of them were enlightened. You listen to their lyrics, and anyone that is spiritually tapped in cannot deny that these artists were enlightened beings. And an enlightened person does not have to be Buddha or Jesus or a priest or freaking Eckhart Tolle. There are so many enlightened beings out there, and I swear to God, the majority of them are artists. Because you cannot be enlightened unless your creative side is just as fully tapped in as your logical. Because we are right-left brained. You cannot be enlightened unless your right brain is just as tapped in as your left. Masculine, feminine, creative, logical. And you look at these genius musicians, Michael Jackson, Madonna, go all the way back to Beethoven and Mozart. Further back. We don't give enough credit to the enlightened musician. They may not be writing a book about spirituality, but they are writing songs, sound, music that is just as enlightened as the Bible or other spiritual texts. Listen to music and you can become enlightened, in my opinion, if you let it enter your body. Like a million people could read the Bible, but unless you hear it, like, not just believe it, that those words are real, because we all know it's not. It is the subtext. It is a metaphor. So is the music. You know, in a way, those lyrics, they're all metaphors. The tunes, I mean, God knows what is quite literally coming through the tunes that people have made over the centuries, millennia. The beats and how they affect your body. Why does a tune stick into your head? Or, you know, why did that artist just come up with that? And then I mean, I've got Jim Morrison's poetry book. I mean, I've always kind of known, I mean, some of the songs are pretty obvious, like Break On Through and Riders on the Storm, for example, are pretty strong, you know, about breaking out of the matrix, about bringing your energy higher, about being above all the bullshit. And then there's others, and it's like his poetry. And I swear to God, I swear to God, some of his poetry in his book is like, I swear to God, it is like Nostradamus freaking prophecy stuff. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if someone at some point in the future looks into his book and starts lining up prophecies and future events. Wouldn't be surprised. You know, when I started receiving like downloads and shit, when I had like breakthrough, I was listening to Queen, Freddie Mercury, I swear to God. You know, just listening to his lyrics. Whether he was enlightened or not, he was freaking channeling an enlightened being to, like, because, I mean, I guess if you know, you know. And when I'm listening to it, I'm hearing the story of becoming enlightened and being tapped in to a higher power and no one else kind of knowing. Like, it's like him hinting at what he was receiving from, like, channeling. I can't tell you that that was his experience in reality in his life, but that's what I'm getting from his lyrics because I've been through it, so I can, like, hear it. I don't know if that makes sense. I guess if there's those people out there that have been through the same experience, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Movies are the same. So, like, I'm kind of, like, fully into music and lyrics and poetry, but there's people that, like, with films, with movies, I I watch a movie and I've just got, like, next level synchronicity freaking messages coming through, which I swear to God someone has made it for the express purpose of, for all appearances sake, looking like a normal movie, but to the people that actually are enlightened or know, it's like a secret message just for them. I don't know how you would freaking do that. Music, films, it's all like little secret messages for those that are in the know, for those, you know, creatives that are just like, I don't know, waiting for little messages. Yeah, you're on the right track, keep going. Or maybe it's more like, I'm one of you, you know, like the writer of the movie is like done all this like thing, is like kind of putting their hand up saying, I'm one. Who else is one? Raise your hands, guys. But it's only the people that know that will know. And maybe this is like a tool for, like, for all of us ones that know to somehow raise our hands, and we end up being like the fucking Rat Pack. Hey, I'm calling out my Rat Pack, guys. I'm needed. I'm needing you because I'm all alone right here. No one knows what I'm talking about. And the reason why I'm putting all this out there is, like, hopefully someone fucking gets it. Hopefully someone knows what I'm talking about. Hey, part of it is like just expressing me for the first time in my life. Part of it is like a call out. Avengers unite. Starseeds unite. Guardians of the Galaxy. And another part is to hopefully resonate with the people who haven't quite awakened yet. Maybe it's a bit of a teaching moment, or just, I swear to God, so much has been built up over the years that just getting it out verbally and into the world is like, it's like critical right now for my own mental, like my sanity. I just have to. It's like, and it's so crazy because like all my relationships have died because of this, what I've been going through. Like, it's like this test, like they've all fallen away. It's just me and me finding out me and me expressing me with like no holds barred, no relationship, nothing is stopping me, nothing is holding me back, nothing is influencing me, because it's just me. But there's only so long that you can just be you by yourself, talking to the stars. So yeah, shout out to anyone of my ilk who's out there that resonates with what I'm saying. Yeah, part of me wants to keep on hiding, but the other part of me is like, freaking, we need to go out there and dance all night long like mad fucking bitches, you know, screaming from the rafters who we are and what we want, and don't hold back. So yeah, it's a little bit different. Opposing thought patterns there. But anyway, getting back to really what I wanted to express today was that we need to appreciate those beautiful creative spirits that got us to where we are today, the musicians, the artists who pushed through so much societal backlash and fucked upness to inspire us creatives today. So it's so important. I don't know why, it really makes me emotional. Like, maybe I'm like tapped into these people that have inspired me. I wouldn't be surprised because they really get me through, so I'm always tapping into them. I swear to God, Jim Morrison is one of my guides, because he doesn't have a choice. I've latched onto him something fucking cruel, and he's got no choice but to fucking follow me through my life and help me out. That's how strong these chords of inspiration are. And I just want to say thank you in so many different ways. Thank you to these people that paved the way to make it that little bit easier to inspire us today to break out of our freaking creative closet that we've trapped ourselves in, to remove our masks, and in the spirit of the 60s and 70s say, oh, fuck you society, make love not war. This is who I am, and I want to go freaking make a commune in the fucking hills. I want to light a fire on the beach, dance all night. I want to get high and I want to party. And I want to make love and not war. And I want people to take all their masks off and be who they are. Dance fucking naked. You know, it's like, let's bring that back. Because they inspire me to be me. To drop all society's freaking chains.
I want to be set free. I want to set myself free, and I want to set others free. I just want to be me, and I want to freaking love my life, and I want to party if I want to party. I want to dance for the rest of my life. I want to make music. I want to make love. And I want to see beauty. I don't want to show others beauty. I want to wear flowers in my hair for the rest of my life. And I want that to be normal. I want to be barefoot, no bra, feeling the sun on my skin, sand beneath my toes. And I want to dance, and I want to listen to people play music. And I want to sing, even if I can't sing. I want to move my hips to the beat all day long, without caring whether some guy's looking sideways at my ass. I deserve to move my hips the way I want to move them, or shake my tits the way I want to shake them, that makes me feel good, without feeling like I'm about to be criticized or molested on a public street for enjoying my body and enjoying the music. And I feel everyone's pain that they want to do that and they can't. They think that they can't. And if I do anything in my life, I just want to inspire just one person to fucking let their hair down that little bit more, to enjoy their life that just a little bit more. Feel the music, feel the beat that just a little bit more. Feel themselves that little bit more. Just let go that little bit more. Take off the shoes. Don't put the shoes on. Why do you have to wear shoes if you don't have to? Fucking feel the earth underneath your feet. Take the bra off. Let it out. Smell the roses, guys. Smell the roses. And freaking dance to the Doors.